Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos back, and the Orville is back, and I'm really quite excited about it. It's been a long time, right? It has been a long time. Like 3 years, apparently. Now, one thing I realized when I watched this episode of the Orville, while I watched the first two seasons and really enjoyed them, and rewatched, I think, the first season. I didn't do a rewatch of the second season. I don't really remember a lot of the fine details of the plot. I remember, the basic thing. I remember it being good. I don't remember a lot of the fine details of the plot where we left it. So I'm going to go back and watch a few episodes to try and fit it in. But the Orville is back. The Orville is back, and it's glorious. It's back, and I would say better than ever. Better than ever. Somewhat different, actually. I would say because it's not quite as funny. Or, in fact, funny at all. I don't remember there being any real gags in this one. Maybe this is the way moving forward. Who knows what Dares to Dream? Before we get into the review, like, share, subscribe, all those things. A fan dabby, double dozy. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Excuse me. I am still keeping this coughing cold. It's so nice. It's like a real winter cold. It's really a real pain in the ass. Anyway. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Sign up to my Substack. Sign up to my paid Substack. I have no idea how you get the Orville in the UK. Look, what I do is I have a subscription to Hulu, and I illegally download it. So, I feel like I'm paying for it, because I kind of am, right? I kind of am. But I'm getting it through, fair means or foul. Normally foul. Although, I won't have to do that so much for Disney Plus shows in a couple of weeks. Coming to Israel at last, right? Bad news is Disney Plus. I don't actually enjoy anything on Disney Plus, so I have to keep it just so I can review stuff. Plus my kids watches, which is, when I say my kids, they're not little. They're like in their 20s. They're like, they want to watch all the stuff they watched when they were kids, like Drake and Josh and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I digress. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are good. Actually, I wonder if the Orville will be on Disney Plus in Israel. I guess we'll find out, right? Because it's on Hulu in the US. Maybe it's on Disney Plus in England. I do not know. It should be. I mean, if they have any sense, it bloody should be. Fine. Have we said everything? Oh, sign up my Substack as well. Sign up my Substack. It's an email newsletter. If you ever see me not put out content, that's because YouTube has banned me for any of the gazillion billion reasons they may ban me for, which is essentially we don't really like you, right? If that happens, then if you signed up my Substack, you will find out where to find me. I have a Rumble channel. If you're on Rumble, hit the Rumble button. I have alternative YouTube channel, but that's where to find me. And also, I used to put out a bunch of stuff on it, but man, last couple of months has been a bit labor intensive. Things have calmed down a little bit, so I might actually try and get back to the day. That is my dearest hope, dream, and desire. It's not my dearest hope, dream, and desire. My dearest hope, dream, and desire comes involves like a small group, not a huge group, a small group of premium porn stars, a big bucket of Vaseline and some avocado puree. Please don't ask any more questions. Don't ask any more. I say that for to save you more than to save myself. Fine, let's talk about the Orville episode 1. I can't remember the name of it. It doesn't really matter, right? But the Orville is back. So let's talk about the negatives first. And there were a few, right? It's lovely to sit back. This episode was 1 hour 5 minutes long. Like it was a lot. Was it 105 minutes or is it? An hour and 5. No, it was like an hour and 10 minutes. It was long, right? It was like basically a double episode. Did it have a double episode's worth of plot? No. It had lots of long tracking shots of very expensive special effects, which they're clearly putting much more money into now. And it looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. Did it really help it? No. It's kind of akin to Star Trek: The Motion Picture, where you had lots and lots of long, beautiful effect shots that look longer and more beautiful now with the 4K release of it. That's just phenomenal. But really, it was just kind of like a bunch of cul-de-sac of the plot. It drove the plot away for the first 20 minutes. Really, this should have been about a 45-minute episode. There was a lengthy plot point taken up when Gordon, the redheaded guy, turns up with a new fighter jet thing, which has the same like dorsal fin thing that the Orville has, and he's flying around, and he's like, oh, he's coming in, he's going to come into land, yay! And he comes to land, and you see they got a full-size model of it, so they're keeping it. They didn't build the full-size model for that one under-minute-long scene, right? No, that's part of the show now. So then they have, it seems like another 10, 15, I'd say 10 minutes, but maybe less than that, of them testing out this ship, like flying around and like have drones that are shooting it, and it's not very exciting, right? It's not very exciting, it's dull. And I was looking at my phone for a lot of that a lot of that stuff. And something that worries me moving forward is they say that the great thing about being Hulu is we're not confined to an episode length. Oftentimes, being confined really helps. I think it develops the art to a greater degree. So that's really the only negative. It's great to see everybody back. There really wasn't enough Bortus in this episode, and I love Bortus. Bortus is one of my favorite characters, right? Somebody was it a fake action figure of Bortus, which has a moustache you can clip on and cigarettes, and there's a lot I love about Bortus. I didn't like the porn addiction stuff. I thought that was a bit just felt a bit weird. Didn't really feel right for the show. So there really wasn't much of him, but this was really an aftermath of the big season revelation from season 2 that Isaac and the Kalon, where he comes from, are bad guys. They're super bad guys and super strong and super scary, and they killed lots and lots and lots and lots of people. By the way, before I go forward, when I was talking about way too much effects work, the opening 5 minutes is this. It very obviously was a dream sequence. They released it about 3 months ago when they said they were delaying it till June. I watched it on my big screen. It is stunning, right? It is the best Star Trek battle I've ever seen, and yes, it's very Star Trek, right? And it does it in a new way. Also, the way the camera moves, and it goes inside the ships and outside the ships, and it looks fan-freaking-tastic. It looks fan-freaking-tastic. Well, what this does set up is the post-traumatic stress disorder that much of the crew, including the kids, the Doctor's kids, are well, one of them, is experiencing. So what this episode does, and it does really, and this is why this is, I think, the inheritor of the Star Trek mantle. Although, I have to tell you, I'm really enjoying Strange New Worlds, right? I am really genuinely enjoying Strange New Worlds. It's not as good as the Orville. The Orville is more intelligent, more thought through, but, Orville's 3 seasons in, and Strange New Worlds is 5 episodes in. So, but I'm really, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it myself. I actually genuinely loved the last week's episode, Spock Amok, right? I really love that episode. But anyway, which I saw a lot of people hate it. I'm enjoying it, but this is better, and it gets the essence of what Star Trek is, which it takes real important contemporary questions and then analyze it through a prism of science fiction, right? Of hokey science fiction, which is what they do here. So. We have people suffering from the post-traumatic stress disorder of this incredible assault, right? But more importantly, it's really based around Isaac, right? Isaac is a Kalon. He was one of the bad guys at first until he eventually came and saved the day. But he is hated now in the Orville crew, right? So the first thing we deal with is genuine prejudice, and prejudice that exists for a reason. It's a prejudice that one can understand. There's a new character, a new helmswoman played by a reasonably hot woman. Look, I work at everybody's names a few weeks in. Okay, it's going to take me a few reviews before I get to. But she's interesting because she has she's also she hates Isaac, right? And you see her story about why she has this prejudice against Isaac. Of how, it's kind of hinted it's a lesbian lover, or it just might be a friend, ended up dying in the battle with the Kalon. And they there's a real huge resentment. It's done much better than it was done in the pilot of Deep Space Nine when you had Cisco meet Picard and said, have we met before? In battle. I mean, it's done much more realistically and I think authentically than that. Really clever. And I really like it. And my eyes do glaze over and roll a bit when I go, oh, prejudice, razors, because that's what they're. Everything is just concerned about. This is actually on a real level, but then it goes up another notch. And spoiler alert, right? Major spoiler alert. If you don't want to know, turn off now. Okay. The plot point is that the plot of this one is that Isaac is also dealing with being hated, and he's a character ostensibly without emotions, but you can see he actually has very, very deep and complex emotions which he doesn't understand himself. So he has there's new sets everywhere. Everything has a new set. For me, I didn't really need it, right? I think the old set was fine, but he has a new set, a new stellar cartography or something lab that he's in, and when he goes out to so they could do some diagnostic or put it back online, the whole shit's being refurbished post the Kalon attack. He comes back and he finds the word murderer written across it. So a lot of it is about searching for the person who scrawled that, right? And it turns out to be the son, the doctor's son, who had the disturbing dream, which looked awesome. Okay, awesome beyond awesome at the beginning of the episode. And they have those real tense fight. They say, I wish you were dead, right? He was a kid screaming, I wish you were dead, as kids scream to parents all the time, right? So this triggers Isaac to commit suicide, right? He does it in a very unemotional way, but it's heartbreaking, right? It's just because you see the reality of it, you see his suicide note and the way he does it. It's really jarring. It's really, really jarring. And now, more spoilers, right? More spoilers. If you really don't know, don't watch any further. For most of the episode, you think he's dead. For most of the episode, you don't think he's going to come back until there's like a last minute Deus Ex Machina thing where they're able to resurrect him. And I just wanted to hug him, right? I was like, oh my God, it's so good. I'm so glad you're alive, right? And it was a very good way, very clever way of moving forward beyond the trauma of that last episode. But what is much more clever is there is a mental health problem in the Western world, particularly in the United States right now, and suicides are definitely on the rise. Corona was not good for anyone. Lockdown was not good for anyone. And again, serious mental health issues plaguing the United States. And that's why this show is awesome. That's why this show is clever. That's why this show is good. That's why this show is Star Trek. And even though I like Strange New Worlds, this show is pure Star Trek because it takes these important things. It takes these important questions, and there's things that shouldn't be like they are, right? And we're able to look at them, and it's easy, and it's still hard, right? I was really, really wrenched with it. It's still hard, but it's still, you're able to look at it when it looks like something else, right? And you're able to think about it. So hats off to Seth MacFarlane, who both wrote and directed this episode. A little bit long, Seth. That's all I can tell you. But other than that, I'm so happy to have it back. I am so happy to have the all back. And now, apparently, there's good TV every week. I got Orville and Strange New World to watch every week. Listen, after gone years, literally years, with the worst Star Trek possible, with Picard Season 1, Picard Season 2, Discovery. Oh, God, Discovery is so awful. All of and Strange New Worlds, okay, listen, mate. Stop referencing Discovery. That's your weak spot. It's not good. People hate Discovery, right? In fact, I wish they would put Picard, Strange New World, and Discovery all on terrestrial TV, all on like TV, and just look at the ratings. It will be, look, things that are hateful towards the audience normally do well. Look at Top Gun. Top Gun is doing very, very, very well. Everything else very, 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 very badly, right? So as I said, I am very, very happy to have it back. I'm very, very happy to keep watching it. This one gets a real thumbs up. It would be, look, if it wasn't for the dragging of the episode, this will get a strong 9.5 out of 10, right? With the padding, it'll bring out down to about 8, 7.5 to 8. Which is still, and again, I'm taking off a lot of points for the dragging because this could have really been a perfect episode. I'm going to go back and watch the last few episodes of the last season, so I can catch up and understand everything that's going on, and I will continue reviewing this as we move forward. How many episodes this season have? I don't know. I hope it's 24. I hope it's an old style TNG 24. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.